Hi Mark, thanks very much for the question with regards your WM5100 washing machine, Beko. I've got a Beko here and I'm going to talk you through the actual diagnostic on the machine. But first I want to just quickly read out for other people what problem you have. You're saying that you've got a Beko WM5100 washing machine, spin and drain, missed off program. Goes straight to the end of the program and can be opened. Separate spin and drain will not do job after a couple of tries. Now, there's a couple of things that may be causing the problem. If the machine is unable to empty in the allocated period of time, this could also cause a problem with programming as well. You want to get the waste hose and put this over a bucket, turn it onto the rinse cycle and make sure you've got adequate flow of water coming out of the machine. If you have not, then you may have a problem with either a blockage on the pump or the sump hose. The sump hose is what attaches to the bottom of the drum and attached to the pump. Sometimes a small item of clothing can get lodged in there and cause a restriction on the flow of water leaving the machine. Also inspect the pump for any blockages or any small items restricting the impeller from turning correctly. And also check your waste fittings as well if you have it plumbed into a sink unit. These sometimes can clog up as well. Another thing to check is the WM51 series is a carbon brush motor. If the carbon brushes have got really worn down, the PCB would detect that and in safety mode may jump to the end of the cycle, eliminating all the rinse cycles and spin. But the drum would normally empty of water at this point, so do check the motor carbon brushes. Also inspect all the wiring going to the pump and also the motor for any broken wires or chaffed wires. If the machine is not full of water, in other words, it's emptied on the wash cycle, but when it comes to the actual rinse cycle, no water is going into the machine, you may have a problem with the water valve or the water feed. So do check that. The only other thing it could be is the printed circuit board. If you do have a fault with the circuit board, then you would need to replace it. But I'm going to tell you a quick hack for finding a good circuit board, because these machines are quite old. There will be a lot of these for sale on shopping places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, etc. Now, you may be able to find another machine with maybe collapsed bearings or a burnt out motor, and you would then be able to acquire that machine very cheaply and get a PCB for it, which is programmed for your model. Any one of these can be causing the problem, but usually I would say it's the first or second problem, not emptying in the allocated period of time, or a problem with the carbon brushes. So what I'm doing for you is putting a link in the description on this video. It will take you through to a web page which has not only the other videos associated with all the faults that I've described, not emptying, how to check the carbon brushes, how to dismantle the machine, etc., etc. But it will also have the workshop manual, the wiring diagram for your machine, and all the other technical information I can get for you, which I'll put on the page to assist you. There'll be exploded diagrams of your machine which have numbers on them. These numbers relate to either a list of parts at the bottom of the page, or I will also put a general link at the top of the page for you to obtain the correct parts you need for your machine. I hope all this information helps you. Have a great Christmas, and if you're still stuck, feel free to come back to us and use the contact us page. Thanks very much for sending your inquiry in.